Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the mobile app coaching. My name is Glenn Tompkins, senior stock market strategist person thingy for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Hey, can you hear me? If you can, let me know in the chat with VV Nation. Let me know that I'm coming across loud and clear. I'm waiting for the alert to hit. Man, the market's... It is scratchy? Here we go. All right, I'm going to do this first. Resize. All right, is it still scratchy? Check, 1, 2. I didn't do nothing. Right now I'm gonna let me undo that. Let me do that. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. I know. I'm good now. Okay. Sorry about that. Again. So now we know you go to the next thing on the checklist to find out what's going on with Mike. Okay. Sorry about that. It's scratchy and sexy, says Tabula. Ooh, that's creepy. That's kind of creepy, Tabula. Sorry. Sexy and scratchy. So now I guess you guys can hear me. Thank you for that. I'm working on my mic. I need Joey to get me a real streamer's microphone. That's the problem. He gives me all this Temu stuff. He gives me all these Temu and Sheen mics. That's the problem. It did work really well for a long time, and now you broke it. Sadiq says, just woke up. Why did tech tank today? I think tariffs are a major problem still. The market just in general. What kind of mic is this? This is it's a Focusrite mic. It's a good mic. All right. It's a good mic. It's a good mic. I don't know. Need a golden microphone. Oh, can we get me a golden looking microphone? That'd be awesome. No. I don't want that colorful thing. No. Michelle says BBAI will be the next Palantir. I'm not all in on BBAI right on that. I think it's a good stock. I think it's going up. And Sherilyn adds more to the story besides the tariffs. Amazon missed. Amazon hit top and bottom. They beat earnings. They beat revenue. It was the forward guidance. And Amazon was looking. Everybody was looking for Amazon's report. And therein lies why tech is going down as well. What happened, Uncle Glenn? Market playing game now. Every Friday is killing us. No, it is not every Friday. But let me add a little something to the fray. I want to go look at the VVC. What do you guys agree with? We need a real discernible pullback in the market. Type agree or disagree. We need a real discernible. I look back here, the market fell. Look back here, that was a big market fall in a short amount of time. Pull back here. I think that even with all these, I think that we need a real reset of the market, probably some kind of, for the lack of a better word, a crash. I think we need it. If I could draw trend lines from this high, we're still in a downtrend, connecting a high here to the highs here. We're still in a downtrend. We already had enough of a pullback, Jazz says. No, we haven't. I'm looking at a 1-year view of the graph of the VectorVest composite. Definitely moving upper left, top right. Unless you're talking about right here, Jazz. That was a pullback. It wasn't a correction. If you're looking back here, that's a pullback. It wasn't a correction. That was a deep hit right there. We haven't had a real correction. Janice says no. I don't think that we've had a real true correction. Alfredo says disagree. Don't want my stocks falling. Now, let me touch on that. I think that pullbacks, corrections are healthy for markets. Alfredo, as long as you have a system like VectorVest that can get you ahead of that, do you know that stocks go down faster than they go up? When I told the story about when I started in 2004, the story was when we started at VectorVest, after a year of working with VectorVest, VectorVest gave us a check for $2,500. It was their way of saying, all right, go invest in the market. All right? They don't do that anymore, but they did that. And I took $1,000 of that money and turned it into about $84,000 in the matter of about 8 years. Do you know how that happened, Alfreda? Because I made the most money in 2007, 2008 playing the market to the downside. So when people are like, well, I don't want my stocks to go down, or do you want a bear market? Let me tell you something. It is a necessity. All right. Bear markets, stocks go down more, go down faster than they go up. If you play it right, Alfreda, anybody in the room, if you play it right, you can make a ton of money in a downtrending market. So don't be afraid of downtrending markets, especially when you have a tool like VectorVest. You know, when we have our indicators like the MTI, the buy to sell ratio, things like that, you guys will know when a market is getting ready to go down. Rod is also right. Consumer confidence is falling. The Michigan report came out at 10 o'clock while I was doing the Jockey Club, and the market fell like nobody's business. All right. So I want all of you guys to realize that when markets go down, especially if you know markets are going down, you know, you can make a lot more money faster than when the market first starts going up. So Amir and Alfreda are crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. That's what we're here for. And that's what the mobile app is all about. You know, a lot of you are not able to always sit behind a computer all day long. That's where the mobile app comes into play, so that you can always have the power of the program in your pocket. The power of the program in your pocket. So here we only look at the mobile app. Oh, crap. What just happened? That's what I get for moving it. Oh, man. All right, I'm not touching anymore, but that's my iPad. That's I want you guys to understand and realize downtrending markets are not a bad thing, especially when the market needs it. Especially when the market needs it. All right. So with that being said, will the last person out of the market please close the door? Nobody's going to be the last person, because I'm going to keep you in. You know, on a day like today, I look at what's going on, and I don't panic, and I don't want you guys to panic. All right? The market's down today. But let's go to our color guard. What's the primary color you see? Yellow. And I made this statement in the Jockey Club this morning. Yellow means cautious. Cautious means to observe. When I've got a lot more red in the color guard than anything, that's when I take action. That's when I become defensive. You guys agree with that? Yellow means cautious. Cautious means observe. Manage the stocks that you have. Red means be defensive. That's when you take action. Sell your covered calls. Buy your protective puts, things of that. Do you agree with that? Does that make sense? And from the color guard, now that you can make better decisions, Alfreda, Amir, in regards to what to do in the market at any given time. I still got more yellow. I'm observing. When I start to pick up more red, that's when I become defensive. That's when I start taking action. I'm not ready to take action yet. I'm ready to make sure that I've got my stops in place and that I'm watching the stocks that I currently own. And guess what? That keeps me from panicking. Looking at a trading day like today, 64% of the stocks in the database are going down, where only 25% of the stocks are going up. Now, for those of you who are looking for the stocks that are going up, you're going against the trend of the market. Understand the trend of the market affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. So on a down day, 80% of the stocks should be following the down day. You're still looking out for the 20% that are going up. That's on you, but it's super aggressive. You'll know that as well. Palantir and Meta going up, everything else going down. I'm a proud owner of Palantir. I don't own Meta, but I do own Palantir. And man, it's going beyond. I only thought that I was giving it a price target of $100. It's pushing $120. I didn't anticipate it doing that. I didn't expect these to do that. Are these color guards in real time? And the answer, thank you for that, Sherilyn, is that I'm looking at real-time data. I'm watching these indicators change in real time. Palantir is going down now. Let's go take a look at Palantir. PLTR. Is it? Look at that. Going down where? Push it on the 3-month graph. We're going down where? Well, that is a 1 year. There's a 3 month. That last candle is today's activity. That last candle in today's activity, Seth. Let me zoom in. I don't know what you see. Today, the stock is up almost 3.5%. I do like the gap right here, but I'm wondering if the gap is going to get filled. Seth says it made new highs, but now it's starting to drop again. But the stock is up 3.5% today, Seth. And saying that it's going down, look at the wick at the top of the candle. It's barely one there, which means that today the stock is still trading at session highs. So is it too late to get into Palantir? It's a great question. Well, I love the volume. There's conviction behind it. So Alfreda, people are still buying into it. I'm going to say that I would look at a price of 12 cents higher than the high. See that candle right there, that red candle? That's where I put my stop at the low of 99.32. That's a lot of money to give up. But that's where I'd put a stop. If I got into it today at 12 cents higher than the high, my stop would be at 99.32. All right, now, with that being said, the stock is still hitting an all-time 3-month high, 6-month high, 1-year high. The stock right now is in uncharted territory. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? It all depends on how you... And so, from that perspective, if you do decide to get into it, because I love the volume. I'm sorry, that was not even the volume. That was MACD. The MACD is showing that the stock is just rocking and rolling. If I did decide to get into it, 12 cents higher than the high, that's where my stop would be. All right, that's where my stop would be. Up today on due to SNES, what's that, Senseonics? There's two stocks that are moving in that space. SENS, Senseonics. Oof, nice rebound there. Put that on a 3-month graph. Nice rebound, but the 3 hasn't crossed above the 8. So I'm looking at Senseonics, Mark. I like the move, but the 3 and the 8 haven't crossed yet. So I'm not, I'd play it today, but I would keep my eye on it. The other one that I like that's moving up is TNXP. New news outside of fibromyalgia. TNXP is up 15% today. Now, I know that that's a little bit more of an aggressive play. That's playing the news. Let me go to the news. The news, what did the news say? It's another report. I think it's a cancer thing. Positive top-line trial outcomes of TNX 1500, which is... single ascending dose for its crystallizable fragment. What the flying flip is that? Administered the subjects to assess the therapy's immune modulation potency, the keyhole limpet. Oh, crap. It's too much big words. The pharmacokinetics. U.S. food. Oh, look at that. Tonex plans to engage with the FDA in an end of phase 1 meeting to discuss the findings and seek alignment to design on the design of the phase 2 study. I'm going to tell you to keep your eyes, at least short term, on Tonex. I'm going to tell you to keep your eyes on it. That's all news driven. Where does VectorVest get its data from? We create the data. What do you mean the data? We go out to FactSet. We go out to a couple of other sources to get stock data, Seth. That's where we get our data from. And then we plug in our proprietary tools on it. BBAI and Oklo. Michelle thinks that BBAI is the next Palantir. I don't call it the next Palantir. I see that graph over the last year. It's just been in the past 3 months. Looking at the 3-month graph, I'm not ready to call it the next Palantir yet, but $1.86 up 27, no, $8.64 up 27%, rocking and rolling. I ain't gonna trade the chart, not your heart. Trade the chart, not your heart. There you go. Tonex is down 70% this month alone. I'm not touching it. So Taboola, remember, I just said that was news-driven. Tonex and Senseonics, two drug companies that normally move with news. That's why I said TNXP, I do like it short-term. What happened to ELF? I saw some news on ELF. I did see some news on ELF. It's getting beaten up. Goodness gracious. What was the news? Stock news. Down 20% today. That's guidance. Earnings call transcript. It must have been forward guidance. ELF call highlights strong sales growth amid market challenges. It had to be forward guidance. ELF Beauty shares crater as weakening cosmetic. Nobody wants to be pretty. Nobody wants to be pretty. That's what it is. All right. Why? Because it's expensive. All of this cosmetic stuff ain't cheap. It's expensive. All right, and I think it's catching up. Let's go look at Oklo. Let's go from TNXP to Oklo. Oklo I like too. BBAI. And actually, I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks that I got on my radar. I got 8 stocks on my radar that I want you to keep. And we've already talked about a couple of them. Are we naturally pretty? How about that? I'm all for that. You know something? I'm not a makeup kind of guy. I tell Janet that all the time. I'd rather you not be with me. I ain't marry you because, now listen, if she was ugly, I probably wouldn't have married it. And that's very shallow. I know that. It's very shallow. But my wife ain't ugly. She ain't, and she doesn't have to wear a lot of makeup. And I love that. I love that about her. Janice is right. My wife is naturally pretty. She ain't got to wear all that makeup. So I'm all about that. Birdbat says, "Hey Glenn, have you seen Oklo go up the past week?" Listen, I'm liking it. I'm liking the stock. I'm liking BBAI. I'm liking Oklo. All right, Glenn is a great husband. Well, listen, I try to be. That's why Glenn always says good googly mug. I don't say good ugly muggly. I say good googly muggly. I never call nobody ugly. I ain't trying to do that. All right, let me take a look at a couple more stocks real quick before we get into what I need to get into. HIMS is another stock that's moving. Holy smokes. $44 stock. Put this on a 3-month graph. You guys are putting out some good stocks that are on the move. Now, that's part of the 20% of the stocks that are going up. BBAI. Oklo is already in there. HIMS. I'm going to make a radar list in a second. I think I'm going to make a radar list in a second. As a matter of fact, let's do this right now. How do I want to do this? Let's go to my watch lists. There we go. I'm going to make this. I'm going to stocks that are on my radar that I want you to pay attention to. All right. PLX. Add that one. ICAGY. Orla. These are stocks that are on my radar, folks. I'm going to put in BBAI. I'm going to put in HIMS. I'm going to put in DFEN. I'm going to put in Oklo. I'm going to put in Alibaba, really. That's on my list. Baba. And I'm going to put in TNXP. These are stocks that are on my radar. Now, I didn't ask y'all for stocks yet. No. These are stocks that are on my radar. Not your radar. Do I like SoundHound? No. SoundHound is getting his butt whooped like a red-headed stepchild and a rented mule. I'm not a fan of SoundHound right now. It's got to get past everything whatever it's going through. It ain't a pretty thing. All right, create a watch list, and we're gonna call this 2/7/25 Glenn's radar. All right, these are the stocks that are on my radar. Now, Palantir, I already own. It's not on my radar. I could add it. Add stocks. I'll go to Palantir. I'll add Palantir. But Joey thinks that I'm pumping Palantir. Go ahead, Joey. Tell everybody that you think I'm pumping. I want them to hear it right from you. All right? Go ahead, Joey. Huh? Yeah, you would never say that, my tail. Yeah, he says that I'm pumping it. I'm up. I made 120% on it. Right now, I'm up another 60% on the stock. All right? And Ross says pump it down. I'm up. Listen, that's why I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Sound is up 10% this week. That's 1 week, Bill. I'm not feeling Sound yet. Sound's got to show me something. Sound has got to show me something. How about Paramount Sound Club? Do you like them as a company? I've never looked at them, Seth, so I can't answer that question. One thing I will not do, Seth, I'm not going to try to talk about something that I don't know. If I'm going to talk about it, I want to be able to have an intelligible conversation and give you what I feel, what I see, what the VectorVest software says. I know, Ross. I know. All right. So let's go look at these graphs. Paramount Sound Company. I know Paramount. I just don't know Paramount Sound Company. Janice says, Joey, he is just doing his job. Team Palantir. You see that, Joey? Yeah, why don't you pin that, Joey? Yeah. She can't go to, you cannot put her in timeout. You hear that, Janice? He's trying to put you in timeout. Didn't I have a word with you about the shameless boasting, Glenn? And Tabula, you see exactly how I felt about what you said. That's why I'm still talking about it, because I am. All right. My sound calls are up 555. I'm not ready to touch sound yet. I not yet. Not yet. I'm not going to put that in this list, though. I'm not going to put that in this list. All right. HIMS. 3-month graph. Now you're going to see why these stocks are on my radar. Orla, look at that. Not only undervalued, I got valued on here. Not only undervalued, but value is rising. I like Orla. And that's in the mining. Gold is starting to move. That's another one that I want to add to the list. Add to the watch list, GDXU. Yeah. No, cancel. Add. No, I got to go back. Hold on. Go back. Now, add stocks. GDXU is my gold play right now. GDXU. That is my gold play right now. Now, let's go finish looking at these stocks. HIMS, Orla. I really like Orla. Anybody trading Orla? Type a 1 in the room if you're trading Orla. I love the move on the 3-month graph from the bottom left, top right. Stock is undervalued, nicely undervalued. Not only that, look at value rising. If you're not in it, I'm going to tell you, and it's cheap, $7 stock. Cheap, $7 stock. Oh, by the way, talking about cheap stocks, don't forget tonight's video. By the way, Ryan's video last night was fire. Ryan's video last night was straight fire. Day trading options. I love his take on it. He's giving you real life scenarios. If you didn't watch it, you need to go back and watch it. Number 1. Number 2, he's going to make it a series. All right. With that being said, tonight's video is going to be low dollar undervalued stocks. Low dollar and undervalued stocks. I'm going to show you some results, because I track those. Show you some results, and I add 2 more stocks to that portfolio tonight. So, Ryan's video, I'm going to say it again. Ryan's video last night was freaking off the hook. A lot of you been looking for options information on the channel. Ryan is bringing it to you raw. You need to go watch it. Joey, can you put the link to Ryan's video in there last night? I had no idea there was a 3-time leverage GDX option. Thanks for pointing that out, Glenn. And right now, Magic Trades, I'm liking GDXU. Right now, so what else am I feeling in here? Look at this. ICAGY, undervalued, rising value. Now you see why these stocks are on my watch list or on my radar. Thank you for that, Joey. If you hadn't watched Ryan's video about day trading options, you need to go check that out. It's a great video, and I love that he's going to make it a series. ICAGY, look at that. PLX, look at every one of these stocks. Number 1, is cheap. Number 2, they're undervalued. 3, their value is going up. These are great. Stop it, Tabula. These are great stocks on the radar to keep your eyes on. All right, I'm giving you some good fish today, and I love that they're undervalued. GDXU, Little bit of a pullback today, but love the move coming off that level of support, moving up, 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 up. More up days than down days. Down day today, I wouldn't buy it today, but broke through this level of resistance. Nicely went through. I like GDXU. Palantir, I ain't got nothing to say about Palantir except for it's a bomb stock. I said that Palantir could be the next NVIDIA. Now somebody's asking, can BBAI be the next Palantir? I don't know yet. I'm not ready to call that yet. I'm not ready to call that yet. All right, next one is BBAI. There you go, Michelle. Coming out of a channel, broke up here, followed through here. Man, the stock is just doing it. 25% today. Oklo. Now, notice that these stocks are overvalued. BBAI, the green line at the bottom is value, way overvalued. Palantir, the green line at the bottom, way overvalued. GDXU, I'm not going to have a value on it because it's an ETF. But the other ones that I gave you were beautifully undervalued and value is rising. All right, Oklo, green line on the bottom, the stock is overvalued, but you got to play the chart. You got to play the chart. Uranium up, like you said. It's still not where I would like to see it, but I'm going to take a look at that in a second. I still think that there's not enough fire under people's butts about uranium and about the power grid when we're doing all this AI infrastructure. I don't think that people are up on it to the point that, hey, let's go start doing this. It does take a long time to build nuclear reactors. I totally understand that. I just don't think that there's enough fire. Now, I know that Constellation, CEG, I like that stock because they got a contract with a government to create nuclear for the government, all right, for the government. So CEG I still like. It's been a tough play. I did play it a little bit. I got out of it. It took some profit. It's just been a tough play. Oklo I like, up 16%. Alibaba, look at that. Broke through a level of resistance right there. It's going to test it as a level of support, as you can see from today's candle. Big wick at the top of the candle, little body, so a little bit of a gravestone doji right at that level of current support. We'll see if it can stay above there. I feel better about Alibaba, but it's up 3% today. Next one, Defend. That is my tough play. The contracts we're going to make, with the current administration, we're going to definitely put a lot of money into defense. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to have patience with DFEM, though. You got to have patience with DFEM. A couple of, like Lockheed reported last week, they beat Raytheon. I like this play. It's just been tough, and you've got to have patience when playing this. They will start with gas turbine electricity power production, then move to nuclear. If that's the case, can they not go, if you want to go clean energy, gas turbine, so we can look at natural gas, we can look at LNG, why not solar? Solar could be used for power generation as well. I think, when you look at it outside of solar, nuclear is the cleanest energy out there. Solar's got to be clean right up there with it. And the upside to solar is that there's no nuclear waste as we have with nuclear. So I think no matter what they do, they need to do something. Prakash says, I put $4,000 in the 8485 on what stock, Prakash? I'm not sure what stock you're looking at. What stock? I still think that I'm ready for uranium to take off. With that being said, hold on. TNXP is a very aggressive play that's news driven. I do want to look at URA for uranium. Yeah, that's like defend. I think that uranium is going to play a big role in energy for the AI infrastructure. But I got to be patient with this too. It's sitting in a channel between that level of resistance and this level of support. And it's a channel within a channel with that level of support. Big wick on today, which means that we did break through that level of resistance intraday today, but pulled back. That's a good solid line of support, resistance right there. It needs to break through. If I could draw a trend line from here up, I do have an upward trend. Then next to that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of moving sideways. So uranium, I'd love to see it move, but I'm still not ready yet. Still not ready yet. All right, what time is it? 12:30. Tell you what we're gonna do. I got this list that I created. All right, 27 Glenn's radar. Write these down. I want you to write these down. And going into the next couple of weeks, let's see if any of these pay off. I wonder. Hold on. Select stocks. Power the program in my pocket. I'm going to add the portfolio, create new portfolio name. Let's go to numbers. 2025 Glenn's radar. I like that. And I'll add stocks from time to time. Glenn's radar. I'm going to put this into like a fake portfolio of 20 grand. Buy, create the portfolio. Yep, we just created a portfolio of Glenn's radar. We just created a portfolio from the mobile app called Glenn's radar, and we're going to keep our eyes on it. All right, and I need to set up stops. I can't do it here. I got to do it on the desktop. I'm going to set up stops. And when stocks stop out, I'm going to replace them. I think I'm going to track that for the rest of the year. You like this? Yes? You like this idea? Yes or no? You like this idea? Sherilyn, I'm looking at this on my radar from news perspective. And that's the only reason why. It's the only reason why I'm playing TNXP. That is straight up news, Sherilyn. Straight up news. Nothing more, nothing less. And that once I put the stop on that, I'm going to put a tighter stop. I'm going to put a much tighter stop on TNXP because I know that it's super aggressive. I'll put like trailing 10s on all the others, but on TNXP, I'll put a much tighter stop. All right, this is strictly news driven. And I will, sure, you have to keep up with it, and I will. All right, so I like bringing stocks that are on my radar to you. I like bringing stocks to the radar that are to you. All right, so that's another portfolio. We got a lot of portfolios. Where's my 2025 portfolios? Here we are. Top stocks for 2025. My top 11. Thank you, Janice. 11 stocks for the year. Look at that. Given with every, think about what's been going on so far this year. All right. And remember, it ain't easy picking up stocks that I think are going to do well for the year. But we had an election. We had tariffs. We had DeepSeek. We had the Fed. We have earnings. All of those things running around in the market. And this portfolio is up 7.5%. I'm liking that. Again, it just goes to show that the work that I try to put in for you guys to give you some insight as to what should work for the year. And it ain't easy to do that, but it's being done. That extra stock is called Lagnappy. What the flying? How do I say that? Lagnappy? I'm not saying nappy. I'm going to get canceled for saying nappy. Joey, can I get canceled for saying nappy? I probably already are. Okay. Do you show at 7, Glenn 11? Nah, I thought I gave 10 stocks. I gave 11. Look at that. NVIDIA is hurting us the most. Vistra Energy, IONQ, my quantum play, Google. But crypto, I love VRT. VRT is going to be a good stock overall, I think, for the year. Axon, you know how I feel about Axon. Oh, man, good plays. I got another portfolio. The stocks that didn't make my top 11, my stocks on the radar, 7%. These are like CEG. Again, I told you I like that stock. But in DFEN, up 24%. CrowdStrike, 21%. The stocks, there's SoundHound. SoundHound is in, I thought it was going to do well, so it was in my secondary list. Lanyap, That's what it is. Lanyap. American something giving us a bonus extra. Okay, there it is. Lanyap. I'm glad you said, because I didn't know how to say that. All right, Soundhound. You said, well, right, think about Soundhound. I'm not thinking about it. You ain't thinking about Soundhound. Trading on that stock. You ain't thinking about Soundhound. Okay. That was the remix. That was the Soundhound remix. Glenn, PPC doing lots of business with the Super Bowl. Listen, I'm going to look at some of your stocks in a second. Did you see the Tuesday video, Troy? My momentum plays, SMCI. SMCI was on there. Hold on. Did I make, where's, undervalued yield max? Did I make a momentum plays? Hot stocks to buy. Was that it? Yeah. This was my Tuesday video. There's my Tuesday video. That was a gutsy call on SMCI. Holy smokes. I said the biggest thing I'm looking for SMCI is to get out of this legal trouble. But look at that. Palantir's in there. These were my momentum plays this week. These were my momentum plays. If you guys ain't checking out the videos that we put out on YouTube, man, you're hurting yourself. If you're brand new to the channel, you want to be alerted to when these videos come out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. But NVIDIA, Spotify beat earnings. I like that. Tesla, that was another gutsy call with Tesla because I think personally Tesla's probably best served playing it to the downside. But that SMCI play worked out well so far, and I think the stops on there are also about a 10% trail. Mobile picks, you got anything in there? You got Meta and Irene up 10% for the year since January 24th. Look at y'all. See if we can add some more stocks today. Robotics, top stocks, top weekly picks, undervalued less than 10. Oh, yeah, you're going to see this. This is going to be the video tonight. You got to check it out. Yield max. What are the yield max doing? And I've got to go through to the yield maxes and add the distributions. I got to add the distributions. I haven't added up all the distributions, but so far up almost 2%. What else is in here? That's all for 2025 so far. All right, Glenn's Radar. I'm going to be very interested about this Glenn's Radar one. I'm going to be very interested about this Glenn's Radar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have to do a video on why I'm picking out my radar stocks. I like that. I do like that. All right. With that being said, let's go back to watchlist. With that being said, let's go create stocks for today. All right. Talk to me. Now, would you put SMCI through earnings? Jazz, I got to take a look at it. I want to look at my earnings graph before I say yes or no. I want to look at my earnings graph before I say yes or no. Annette, we've already looked at. No, we didn't look at it. Annette, INOD, IN. Hey, Joey, how many likes do we get? LRN, 47. Well, all you get is 5 stocks. How about that? There we go. INOD is already in there. CLS. That's on y'all. That's all on y'all. Y'all know that for every 10 likes, we get a stock. All right? For every 10 likes, we get a stock. So Joey said 47. Has the number changed since I complained? 54. I'll give you one extra stock. I'll give you one extra stock. What was the last one? I'll give you only one. Go up. INOD, CLS, SMR. Okay. We're not going to play this game this year. All right? We're not playing this game this year. All I ask is you put a little skin in the game. Just a little bit. Can GHM come back from earnings miss? Marvin, that's not one of my stocks that I'm looking at today. And that's not one of the stocks. You got 58. I gave you 6 stocks. All right, create a watch list. We're going to call this 2/7/25 customer picks. All I ask, folks, is that you put a little skin in the game. That's all I want you to do. I'm not asking for your firstborn. I'm not asking you for no money. All I'm saying is put a little skin in the game. All right. Out of all of the stocks, SMR is the only one that's got a VST below 1. Crash is coming, and then it will rocket to the moon. I'm of the mindset. I think that we need some semblance of a crash. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I ain't gonna lie. We do. We need it. We need a reset. We need a reset. So am I ready to say that am I ready to say that the crash is here? No. I'm not saying that I'm not, and Amir, I've already got the stocks I got in. No like button if you are VectorVest instead of YouTube. Well, as a matter of fact, talking about VectorVest, I got the power hour coming up today on VectorVest in the coaching room. So if you are a VectorVest subscriber, go to the coaching room today at 2:00. I got power hour. There's no need for likes there. There's no need for likes there. All right. No, Glenn, we don't need crash. I think we do. I think we do, Amir. And again, crash is not a bad thing if you play it right. As a matter of fact, you can make a lot more money in a crash than not. Do you think you're getting all the likes on your side? I always hit the like button, but my computer says you only have one. It's because, Nancy, it just goes to show how many people are really not hitting the like button. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm with you, Ali G. I said the same thing. You make a lot more money in a downtrending market a lot faster than not. All right, AMD needs to go lower. It's already undervalued. It's already been beaten up. People probably are looking to get it, Troy, at a better price. All right, let's go look at these stocks. LRN, I like that. I am LRN, create a new alert right where it is. I pretty much want this to go. I pretty much want this to go right at market 143.06. Hitting the minus button. I pretty much want it to go right at market. I'll go 107. Create. All right, I want that to go into y'all's portfolio. What else? CLS. Down day. I'm not taking it. Not on a down day. I do like that it's 2 days off of a new high, but breaking down into that level of support, I'm not feeling it. LRN crossed. Good. View stock detail. Add to portfolio. Put that into, what is this? AMA. Mobile picks. I'm putting it in there. Add to the portfolio spin. How much money is in there? I'm going to put $1,000. Okay. Add to the portfolio. Yes. I'm not going there yet. All right. So we put that in there. LRN. What stock did we just put in there? Which stock did we just put in there? Stop. Oh, was this the stock we just put in there? I think it is. Mark Red. Did I just screw up? I did. Sigh, my watch list. Now I gotta go find it. Sigh. It's gotta be. I gotta talk to development. It's gotta be a better way for me to go find my port 2, 7. 20, 26, 7. There we go. All right, LRN is, why are people sitting on their hands? No super chat. You know me, I'm not going to ask for super chat. That's not how we roll. LRN, I like, not only is the stock's price going up, it's undervalued and value is going up. CLS, I talked about that. I'm not ready to buy that on a day like today. I'm not ready to buy on a day like today. I think we bed to cash every Thursday because Trump tweets, and I got nothing to do with it. And that, ooh, I like that it's breaking through that level of resistance. You know what I need? I need it to be above that level of resistance for at least one close and see follow through. Not ready. Notice that it stopped today right at that level of resistance. I do like that MACD is getting better. It's not positive, but it's getting better. But I needed to close above that level of resistance and get a follow-through day. INOD, I like the move. The 3, 8, and 20 are all in place. If you take it right now, you know you're going to have headwinds right there. That's a beautiful level of resistance. That's a solid level of resistance. It really needs to break through there. If you pull the trigger on it now, you're going to have headwinds up there. So would I be mad at you if you took it now? No. But you got headwinds. I see that MACD just went positive. So did the histogram. It's up 7% today. Very little wick at the top. So it's trading near session highs. I wouldn't be mad at you if you took it. I'm not taking it. Wow. MRX. undervalued, value rising, indecision day, broke through that level of resistance, staying above it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to also take that as, I'm going to take that. Take that pretty much at market as well. 36.55. I'm going to take it right there. Let's go see if we can get that to hit. Let's go see if we can get that. I like that stock. What am I on? 3 months. I like the play. Bottom left, top right. Undervalued, rising value. 3 to 8 to 20 all in place. MACD went negative and now went back positive. SMR. No. Look at today's wick. Yeah, it's right at that level of resistance. I do like the trend higher. If I could draw a trend line from that level up, I like the trend. It's too much in the channel. I need it to break above that level of resistance before I think about taking it. Notice the last 3 bars. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A lot of wick, a lot of selling power. A lot of selling, not power, but pressure. A lot of selling pressure. It doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy while it's in that channel. I needed to break out of that channel. That's the last stop. That's the last stop. How about this? I'm going to be finished early for the first time ever when it comes down to the mobile app. I'm going to be finished first time ever. All right, what I want you to pay attention to, no matter what I'm saying about a market crash or whatever, look at that color guard. Got a lot more yellow. I'm cautious. I'm observing. When I get a lot more red, I'm starting to take more action. Selling out of stocks, selling a covered call, buying a protective put. On a day like today, today is more down than it is up. Even though we went long with a couple of stocks, we went with stocks that are going against the trend in the market, which in and of itself is aggressive as well. Going to the views, read the views every night. We let you know what's going on. Yesterday, Wall Street closed choppy session mix with one red light. You know, read it. From a mobile perspective, read all of that. All your portfolios you got going on. You saw, I talked about some of the portfolios that I got going on for the year. Stock pick ideas. I didn't even go down that path. Today, I wanted to give you fish from stocks that were in my radar. I want you to keep your powder dry, but keep your eyes on them. Uncle Glenn, what should we do? What did I just, Amir, was you not listening? OMG, what did I just say? What, based on the color guard, what, somebody else tell Amir what I just say. What did I just say about what to do now? Somebody put it in the room. Amir, you always let me know what's on your mind. I just talked to you about looking at the color guard. What's the predominant color? Yellow. What, I didn't say buy puts. Yeah, oh my gosh. All right, let me say it again. Whew. Hold on. Woosa. Woosa. All right. What did I say? What's the predominant color in the color guard? Yellow, which means cautious, right? What did I say to do when you're looking at cautious? Somebody type it in the room. Thank you, Sherilyn. Observe. Observe. Manage the stocks that you got. Observe. All right. When yeah, I said back up the truck. Exactly. When I've got more red in the color guard, I'm probably going to start taking more action. I'm going to sell covered calls, especially on the stocks that I want to own long term. I'm probably going to buy protective puts, things of that nature. Gosh. Sometimes, I love talking to this group, but sometimes y'all, if y'all don't be talking, I didn't say nothing about cannabis stocks. And, oh, we got an alert. We got us an alert. What do we got? MRX is crossed above. Let's go add it to portfolio. And I want it in the mobile picks. All right, now I'm going to, Graham, add to portfolio. Now, let's go take a look at the portfolio. I got 2 new stocks in there. All right. I got LRN and MRX. There we go. So that's the mobile portfolio. We saw some of the stocks that you guys gave. Look at that equity curve. You guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. And it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm just looking at it. I only keep SoFi. SoFi is a good play. I'm out of it. I took a good profit on SoFi. I'm at the point right now that when it comes to Palantir, I think I'm just going to hold it forever. I've made so much money on Palantir. I think I'm just going to hold it forever. I think I'm going to probably be a multi-millionaire because of Palantir. That's what I think. I keep hearing if you talk it into existence, it'll happen. How can cannabis go up with pot stars on every corner? Cannabis went up because Aurora beat earnings a couple of days ago. Tilray followed behind. A lot of weed stocks moved with it. Normally, I don't pay attention to weed stocks unless it's some kind of legislation going on. No legislation. What about women? Be careful with quantum stocks. Be careful with quantum stocks is all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. I am going to get ready to go. I'm not going to look at any more stocks. I'm not going to look at any more stocks. All right. Again, that's the whole idea of hitting the like button, folks. You're putting some skin in the game. For every 10 likes, we get a stock. For every 10 likes, we get a stock. For every 10 likes, we get a stock. You guys need to start to get into the habit of coming in and hit the like button. Again, some sitting in the game. Glenn, make Palantir an all-cash position. Then hold with the deep trailing stop. I bought Meta at 40 in 2012. Wow, 2012. Goodness gracious. All right, I'm finna go. I've given you some guidance based on the VectorVest software of what to do. Be observant right now. Don't be afraid to tighten stops, but be observant. I'm not telling you to go out and buy anything. I'm not trying to tell you to go panic sell anything. Be observant about what's going on in the market. Let the market come to you. Let the market come with you. And I'm not in love with Palantir, Tabula, so there. All right, folks, have a great weekend. Don't forget to check out tonight's video. If you hadn't watched last night's video, go and check it out. A lot of you have been asking for options videos. Ryan did a great job on his option video last night, so please come check it out. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for all you guys. It went from fire to water to mud. All right, so be careful out there. Praying for all of the D.C. people, the Pennsylvania people, all the people who are being involved in these plane crashes. Man, I'm praying for all of you as well. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu.